Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the most iconic and beloved coins in American history, the Liberty Wheat Penny, officially known as the Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that has captured the imagination of collectors for over a century. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, this historic 1-cent coin marked a turning point in United States coinage because it was the first regular circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical person instead of a symbolic figure of liberty. Designed by talented sculptor Victor David Brenner, the obverse of the coin proudly displays Lincoln's profile along with the word liberty, the year of minting, and the motto "In God We Trust," while the reverse features two elegant wheat stalks framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, which is why collectors lovingly call it the Wheat Penny. The coin was minted from 1909 until 1958 before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse in 1959, and during its nearly 50-year run, it witnessed 2 world wars, the Great Depression, and dramatic economic changes that shaped America. Most wheat pennies were composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving them their classic reddish-brown appearance. But during World War II in 1943, copper was needed for military equipment, so the U.S. Mint produced steel pennies coated in zinc, creating the famous 1943 steel cent that looks silver instead of copper. And this unusual year remains one of the most talked about issues among collectors. Interestingly, a few rare 1943 copper pennies were accidentally struck, and today are worth hundreds of thousands, even over $1 million depending on condition, making them one of the most valuable small coins in American history. The Wheat Penny was minted in 3 major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with mint marks D and S appearing below the date, while Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark for most years. Key dates that every serious collector searches for include the rare 1909 SVB, which features Brenner's initials on the reverse and had a very low mintage, as well as the 1914 D and the 1922 No D variety, each commanding strong premiums and high grades. The beauty of the Wheat Penny is that it remains affordable for beginners while still offering rare treasures for advanced collectors, creating excitement for everyone from young hobbyists to experienced numismatists. Over time, these coins develop different color classifications, such as red, red-brown, and brown, depending on how much original mint luster remains, and coins graded by professional services can sell for significantly higher prices, especially in mint state condition. Even common dates can be worth much more than face value, especially older examples from the 1910s and 1920s in excellent condition. Beyond its monetary value, the Wheat Penny symbolizes American resilience, having circulated through eras of hardship and triumph, passing to the hands of farmers, soldiers, factory workers, and families during pivotal moments in history. When holding a Wheat Penny, you are literally holding a piece of early 20th century America, a time capsule made of copper. Many collectors enjoy searching through old jars, estate sales, flea markets, and bank rolls hoping to discover hidden treasures among ordinary cents. And stories of lucky finds continue to fuel the popularity of this coin series. The Wheat Penny market remains strong today, with auction houses regularly featuring high-grade examples that sell for thousands of dollars, proving that even the smallest denomination can hold remarkable historical and financial significance. Step 1. Imagine holding a small, humble copper coin in your hand, a 1946 Liberty Wheat 1 cent from the United States of America, a coin that may look ordinary at first glance, but actually carries the weight of history, resilience, and post-war transformation. This iconic Wheat Penny, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, was minted during a pivotal moment in American history, just after the end of World War II, when the nation was shifting from wartime production back to civilian life. The 1946 Wheat Penny represents more than just currency. It symbolizes recovery, hope, and economic rebuilding. On the front side, we see the classic design created by Victor David Brenner, with Lincoln's calm and dignified profile facing right, along with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" above, "Liberty" on the left, and the year 1946 on the right. This design had already been in circulation since 1909, making it one of the longest-running and most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. Now, turning the coin to the reverse, we see the famous wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto E Pluribus Unum, a design that gave the coin its popular nickname, the wheat penny. In 1946, these coins were primarily struck by the United States Mint in three major locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with mint marks D and S indicating coins from Denver and San Francisco, while Philadelphia coins carried no mint mark. Collectors today carefully examine these mint marks because they can significantly affect a coin's rarity and value. The composition of the 1946 wheat penny is 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, returning to the traditional bronze alloy after the temporary steel pennies of 1943, which were produced due to wartime copper shortages. This return to copper makes the 1946 penny especially meaningful, as it marks the restoration of normal minted materials following the war. When you study the surface of a well-preserved 1946 wheat penny, you can often see a rich reddish-brown tone that collectors call red, red-brown, or brown, depending on how much original luster remains. Coins with full red color are especially prized and can be worth significantly more than worn brown examples. Another fascinating aspect of the 1946 wheat penny is its massive mintage, with over 991 million coins struck across all mints, making it common in circulation, but still highly collectible in high grades. Even though it is not considered rare in circulated condition, uncirculated and high-grade specimens graded MS65 or above can fetch impressive prices in the collector market. Some collectors also search for rare errors and varieties in the 1946 wheat penny, including die cracks, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks, which can dramatically increase the coin's value and desirability. These mint errors tell a hidden story of the coin production process and add an extra layer of excitement for numismatists who carefully inspect every detail under magnification. Historically, 1946 was the first full year after World War II ended in 1945, meaning many of these pennies were among the first coins widely circulated in a peacetime economy, passed into the hands of soldiers returning home, families rebuilding their lives, and businesses reopening across America. That historical context gives the 1946 wheat penny emotional and historical significance beyond its face value. From a collector's perspective, the condition of the coin plays the biggest role in determining its worth, with heavily circulated examples typically valued at a few cents, while mint state coins can range from several dollars to hundreds depending on their grade and mint mark. The Denver and San Francisco mint versions, especially in high grades, are often more sought after due to slightly lower mintages compared to Philadelphia issues. When examining authenticity, collectors look at the weight, which should be approximately 3.11 grams, the diameter of 19 millimeters, and the classic sharp wheat ear details on the reverse. Over time, many of these coins have developed patina due to decades of circulation, storage conditions, and environmental exposure, which adds character but can reduce collector value if the coin is heavily worn or corroded. For YouTube viewers and coin enthusiasts, the 1946 Liberty Wheat Penny is a perfect entry point into the world of U.S. coin collecting because it is affordable, historically rich, and widely available, yet still capable of surprising collectors with high-value discoveries in exceptional condition. Some collectors even search through old coin rolls and inherited collections, hoping to find a pristine 1946 wheat penny with original mint luster, shining, like it did the day it left the mint. The market demand for wheat pennies has steadily grown over the years due to nostalgia, historical importance, and the timeless appeal of the Lincoln design. Many collectors love this coin because it connects them directly to a significant era in American history, bridging the gap between wartime and peace. Educationally, this coin is also a great teaching tool, helping beginners understand mint marks, coin grading, metal composition, and historical context in numismatics. As we dive deeper into its legacy, the 1946 wheat penny stands as a symbol of endurance, simplicity, and national recovery, proving that even the smallest coin can hold immense historical value. Whether you are a beginner collector, a history lover, or someone who simply found an old penny in your pocket, the 1946 Liberty Wheat 1-cent coin remains a fascinating piece of American heritage that continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the world, making it not just a coin, but a timeless story pressed into copper. Step 2. The 1951 D Liberty Wheat Penny, officially known as the 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Cent, is one of those fascinating coins that quietly carries a powerful piece of American history in its small copper surface, And when you really slow down and study it, you begin to realize it is not just a 1-cent coin, but a time capsule from post-World War II America, minted at a time when the United States was stepping into a new economic era of growth, industry, and optimism. This coin was produced at the Denver Mint, indicated by the small D, mint mark located just below the date on the obverse side, and it features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, which had already become a symbol of unity, leadership, and national identity since its introduction in 1909 to honor Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse of the 1951 D Wheat penny displays the word liberty on the left side, the date 1951 on the right, and the national motto, "In God We Trust," above Lincoln's head, all of which create a balanced and dignified design that collectors deeply admire, while the reverse side shows the classic wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America with E pluribus unum. Arching above, a design that represents agriculture, prosperity, and the hard-working spirit of the American people during the early 20th century. What makes the 1951 D Wheat penny particularly interesting for collectors and coin enthusiasts is not just its age, but its historical context, as it was minted during the final years of the Wheat Cent series, which would soon be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design in 1959. Making these late wheat pennies highly collectible and nostalgic pieces of U.S. coinage history. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it that rich reddish-brown tone that develops beautiful patina over time, and depending on its preservation, it can appear in red, red-brown, or brown color grades, each affecting its market value significantly. In terms of mintage, the Denver Mint produced over 625 million 1951 D pennies, which means a coin is relatively common in circulated condition, but finding one in uncirculated mint state with full original luster can be a real treasure for collectors, especially those building a complete Lincoln Wheat Cent collection. Many collectors closely inspect the coin for sharp details in Lincoln's hair, strong wheat lines on the reverse, and minimal wear on high points, because these factors determine whether the coin falls into categories like MS63, MS65, or even higher grades certified by professional grading services. Another exciting aspect of the 1951 D Wheat penny is the possibility of errors and varieties, such as repunchment marks or die cracks, which can dramatically increase the coin's rarity and value in the numismatic market, making it even more appealing for treasure hunters and coin roll searchers who love discovering hidden gems in everyday change or old coin jars. Historically, this coin was circulating during a time when 1 cent had real purchasing power, and Americans could actually buy small goods like candy, gum, or newspapers with a single penny, which give the coin a nostalgic economic significance that modern coins simply cannot replicate today. When examining market value, most circulated 1951 D Wheat pennies are affordable and accessible for beginner collectors, but high-grade uncirculated specimens, especially those with original red luster, can sell for significantly higher prices in auctions, particularly if they are certified by reputable grading organizations, proving their authenticity and condition. Collectors in the United States and around the world, especially those interested in U.S. coins for historical storytelling on YouTube channels like Liberty Ledger crypto-style educational content, often highlight the 1951 D Wheat penny as a perfect entry coin because it combines history, affordability, and strong collector demand. Storage and preservation also play a major role in maintaining the coin's value, as exposure to moisture, air, and improper handling can cause oxidation and reduce its collectible appeal, which is why experts recommend storing wheat pennies in coin holders, albums, or protective capsules. Over the decades, the 1951 D Lincoln Wheat Cent has become more than just spare change. It has evolved into a beloved collectible that connects modern audiences to mid-20th century America, a time of rebuilding, innovation, and cultural transformation. Whether you are a beginner coin collector, a history lover, or a YouTube content creator looking to produce engaging long-form educational videos about rare and historical coins, the 1951 D Liberty Wheat penny offers endless storytelling potential, from its artistic design and metal composition to its historical background and collector value, making it a small coin with a surprisingly big legacy that continues to attract attention in the numismatic world even decades after it first entered circulation. Imagine holding a small copper coin in your hand, a humble yet historically rich piece of American currency known as the 1952 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny, a coin that quietly carries the legacy of a nation, the artistry of classic design, and the fascination of collectors across the world, especially those who love exploring rare coins for hidden value and history for channels like Liberty Ledger Crypto that focus on U.S. collectibles and financial stories. This coin was minted in 1952 at the famous Denver Mint and is part of the legendary Lincoln Wheat Cent series. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birth anniversary of Abraham Lincoln, making it the first circulating U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure instead of symbolic design. When we look at the obverse of the 1952 D. Wheat Penny, we see Lincoln's dignified profile facing right, along with the word Liberty on the left and the mint year 1952 on the right, while the small D mint mark just below the date indicates it was struck in Denver, a detail that collectors carefully check because mint marks can significantly affect value. On the reverse side, the classic wheat ears design frames the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, with the Latin motto E pluribus unum at the top, symbolizing unity from many states, reflecting the economic and cultural strength of the United States during the post-World War II era, when this coin was circulating in everyday American life. Now, let's step deeper into the historical context of 1952, a time when America was growing economically, industries were booming, and coins like the wheat penny were actively used in daily transactions from grocery stores to public transport, meaning millions of hands touched this exact type of coin, giving it not just numismatic value, but also emotional and historical significance. The 1952 D. Wheat Penny was made primarily of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, unlike the wartime steel cents of 1943. And this copper composition gives it that warm reddish-brown tone that collectors often grade as red RD, red-brown RB, or brown BN, with red examples being the most valuable due to their original mint luster. In terms of mintage, over 746 million 1952 D pennies were produced, which means it is not extremely rare in circulated condition, but here's where the real collector excitement begins, because high-grade uncirculated examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, can be surprisingly valuable depending on their condition, strike sharpness, and surface preservation. For example, a perfectly preserved 1952 D. Wheat Penny with full original luster, no major scratches, and strong details in Lincoln's hair and wheat lines can sell for significantly higher prices than a worn circulated piece that may only be worth a few cents over face value. This is why coin grading plays a massive role in determining the value of this coin, with professional grading services evaluating factors like strike quality, surface marks, color, and eye appeal. Another fascinating detail about the 1952 D. penny is that while it is generally common, collectors are always searching for minting errors such as off-center strikes, double-die errors, or repunched mint marks, and if such an error is discovered, the value of the coin can increase dramatically, sometimes reaching hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. When discussing investment potential for coin collectors and YouTube audiences interested in U.S. coin history, the 1952 D. Wheat Penny stands as a perfect example of how even a common coin can become valuable over time if preserved well, especially in original rolls, mint sets, or high-grade slabs. Additionally, the coin's historical timeline is important because it belongs to the final decade of the Wheat Penny series, which ended in 1958 before transitioning to the Lincoln Memorial reverse design in 1959, making wheat pennies like the 1952 D part of a beloved classic era in American numismatics. Many collectors also enjoy searching through old coin jars, bankrolls, and inherited collections hoping to find a high-grade 1952 D. Wheat Penny because the thrill of discovery adds excitement to the hobby. And this treasure hunt feeling is something that keeps coin collecting alive even in the digital age of cryptocurrency and online finance discussions. From a design perspective, the artistry by Victor David Brenner, whose initials VB appear on earlier Lincoln cents, still influences the elegant portrait scene on the 1952 D coin, showcasing detailed craftsmanship that modern coins often lack, which is another reason vintage pennies are highly admired. Storage and preservation are also crucial if you own this coin, because exposure to moisture, air, and improper handling can cause oxidation and discoloration, reducing both visual appeal and market value. So serious collectors store them in protective holders, coin flips, or certified slabs to maintain their condition for future generations. Interestingly, while the face value of the coin is only 1 cent, its real worth lies in historical storytelling, collector demand, and grading rarity, which perfectly aligns with educational coin content for YouTube audiences who love learning about hidden value in everyday currency. If you compare circulated and uncirculated examples, a heavily worn 1952 D penny might only sell for a few cents, but a gem-quality uncirculated piece with blazing red color could command significantly higher prices at auctions and coin marketplaces, showing how condition transforms value in numismatics. The cultural importance of the wheat penny era also reflect America's mid-20th century identity, where small coins played a big role in daily commerce, school lunch payments, newspaper purchases, and vending machines, making the 1952 D penny a silent witness to everyday American life decades ago. Collectors today often categorize this coin as an essential addition to a complete Lincoln wheat cent collection, especially for those aiming to assemble date and mint sets from 1909 to 1958. And the Denver minted issues hold a special place due to their strong strike characteristics and historical mint production legacy. As we continue exploring the 1952 D-Wheat penny in depth, it becomes clear that this coin is more than just metal. It represents economic history, artistic excellence, and collector passion all in one small circular form. And whether you are a beginner collector, an experienced numismatist, or a content creator building educational videos about valuable U.S. coins, this penny offers endless storytelling potential, historical depth, and collectible intrigue that keeps audiences engaged from start to finish, proving that even the smallest coin can carry a giant legacy in the world of history, collecting, and financial curiosity.